So our little babes are 2 weeks old today, and so many fun things are happening this week. Their little eyes have started to open and they're starting to wobble around on their little legs, so their walking will just start to get stronger and stronger over the next week or two, and their eyes will fully open and their ears will open, and it's all happening. So I thought before they get too much bigger, I'll quickly go through and give you a little intro to each puppy, just a little bit more up close and personal. If the camera moves, that's Pippa. So this little guy is little Barista, and you can see his eyes have started to open and he has got the super curly coat. He's still very chilled and similar to Charlie, I think, in temperament. So yeah, they've all just had a big feed, so they're going to be little milk belly chunky monkeys. But yeah, look at that face. Seriously, he's adorable. Okay, so that's little Barista. Next to be born, I'm doing them in birth order, was Miss Biscotti. Now, interestingly, here she is, little miss. She's got more of a ruby coat, and at this point she's looking a little bit straighter, but you know, these things change. I try and go back and predict who's going to be straighter, wavy, curly coats, but it's really hard to tell at this stage. They change so much, and she's also had her eyes start to open, as you can see. This little miss came out talking, and literally, if I can hear puppy noise going on in here, generally speaking, it's from her. So she's my little chatterbox in the group. So little Miss Biscotti. Next one was my green collar Mr. Espresso. He's back here, walking around on his little wobbly legs. Here he is, and he is a super little chunky monkey. Got a little bit of white on the bottom of some of his paws, and he's going to have more of a wavy coat. He'll be more like Pip, I think. And as I said, it changes, but he's just the sweet little boy. It'll have the yawns on. And again, yeah, he was the one, you can see his eyes are a little bit more open than the other two. He started opening his eyes before everybody else. So next to come was Mr. Baby Chino, a little tan collar, and he was born the smallest out of the litter. You can see his eyes aren't as open, but I'll try and show you. He's got some very cute little white markings on his chest and just under his chin as well. He's like, please don't do that. Yeah, so he's more of a blonde colour, and yeah, he's got a few of the little white markings, but he's going to be probably a smaller size, similar to Charlie when he's fully grown. Next to come was yellow Miss Piccolo. So Miss Piccolo has got the curly coat, and she's got the most markings out of all of them. So she's got little white spots on her head, and oh, big yawn chin, chest. Her back feet have got the little white socks, and she's got the cute little white tip on the end of her tail. She's a sweet girl. She's also just starting to have her eyes starting to open. Very cute. Next was Miss Lilac. So she's another one that's got the white markings, and you can see on her chest and her chin, not quite as many as Piccolo, and she's also got some of the white socks, but she's another little chunky monkey who's going to have the more wavy coat, and her eyes aren't as open as the others yet, but yeah, she's a chunker. You can feel the weight difference with her. She's quite a good size. After her, we had little Miss Muffin come along. He's our beautiful little Miss Muffin, and she's like sweetest, cutest little, look at it, and her eyes are quite open already too, and she has started wobbling around on all fours, and I'm predicting that she will again also have a wavy coat. Yeah, but she's a little sweetie pie with her little black dotty paws there. Very cute. Okay, after her came the biggest puppy of them all, Coffee Bean. He is enormous compared to the rest. So yesterday when they weighed in, he was getting close to 800 grams. The rest are all still in the 500-600 gram mark. This guy is a chunkster. So he's going to be one of the bigger ones. And when he lays down on the floor, he's just got this puddle of skin that kind of floats around him because he's just such a little chunker. But yeah, really sweet. Really cuddly, as you can see. Like, he'll happily just fall back asleep in my hands there. He's so cute. And lucky last came Mr. Chai, red collar. Mr. Chai, he's another one of our beautiful little boys. He's a little bit on the smaller side as well, and you can see he's got the little white feet on the back, and he's got a little white tip on the back of his tail, but he's also a little bit blonder, so chin and chest markings as well. It's been really interesting actually seeing the little markings coming through more in this litter. You can see his eyes are just starting to open just a little bit. Oh, do little wobbles. And they're also starting to make the cutest little barky sounds. They try and bark, or they purr. That's the funniest little sounds. Oh, I'll try and show you while I'm sitting here. They've all kind of just congregated around my legs. But yeah, they are a very sweet little litter of pups, and I'll continue to bring you updates as we go along, and in the next few days I expect to have a few videos of them sort of wobbling around on all fours and starting to walk and explore a little bit more. So yeah, 2 weeks old, and I think you might have seen I just did a little time lapse of trimming one of the nails. I'll have to do that for all of them, and if I do a time lapse for all of them it takes forever, so I just showed you. Look at this girl. I just showed you me doing little Miss Biscotti. But yeah, I do that each week for them, and that's basically for a few reasons. One, obviously it's good for them to get used to that sensation of their paws being trimmed, their claws being trimmed, because that's something that will be a lifelong process for a dog and a puppy. That's Pippa digging behind. Pippi, stop please. And also when they're feeding Pip, the puppies use their paws and they kind of push on Pippa as they're feeding to stimulate the milk coming. And oh, I'm just getting some puppy kisses. And when they do that and their nails are too long, they scratch her, and we don't want any scratches because that can lead to infections and whatnot. So for Pippa's sake, I keep their nails trimmed. For their sake and for their desensitization of that whole process, I trim them once a week. And that way when they come to being professionally groomed down the track or trimmed by their owners, they're already used to that process. So yeah, lots of things happening. And they're all gaining weight at a rate of knots and thriving, and yeah, doing really well. Anyway, I'll keep you updated and stay tuned for future videos. Thanks.